welcome to the show. I am your host, Bryan Lee Whatley. Our story begins tonight with our special guest, the powerful warrior, G.J. Reynolds. G is passionate to teach, share, show, and help as many people as possible how to elevate their life. He enjoys the process of his personal, spiritual, and professional journey while assisting others to do the same. As an author, motivational speaker, and entrepreneur, G is at his best when he is learning, teaching, inspiring, creating, and leading the way. He also enjoys communicating with others that are of the like mind and is on a mission to assist millions of people to transform their lives. So, do you need a little help? Can you find the powerful warrior within you? Our musical guest tonight is Joey Glenn with her song, I Really Miss Seeing You. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
How many of you have a dream, a goal, or an aspiration?
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Here we go!
I'm casting my cares aside. I'm leaving my past behind. I'm reaching my hand to yours, believing there's so much more. Knowing that all you have in store for me is good. It's good. Today is the day you have made. I will rejoice.
Go for bold. Who's up for being bold?
Today is the day you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I won't worry about tomorrow. I'm trusting in what you say. Today is the day. Today is the day. I'm putting my fears aside. I'm leaving my doubts behind. I'm giving my hopes and dreams to you. I'm reaching my hands to yours, believing there's so much more. Knowing that all you have in store for me is good. It's good. Today is the day you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Today is the day you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I won't worry about tomorrow. I'm trusting in what you say.
Change thousands and thousands of potentially millions of people. Can you think about a goal that you have to do that? If not, you need a bigger goal. You will believe. You gotta have to
DJ is not only one of my good friends, he's a partner of mine. And in fact, he's one of the experts that we utilize here at Visalis to help entrepreneurs build their business.
What he tells you to do, and he'll get you to the place you need to be.
The most genuine, down-to-earth people.
Authentic people I've ever met in my entire life. He's someone that you know is loyal to the bone, right, but is very, very disciplined, always committed, and will give you exactly what you need to accomplish whatever goal it is you have.
G.J. Reynolds is almost a ticket, a guaranteed ticket to success.
Observe what he does, and I think you'll be happy.
come follow me.
It's game time, baby!
How are you doing tonight, G?
I'm doing fantastic, Brian. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure and an honor to talk to you tonight. I'm excited about the work that you're doing. I'm excited for our listeners to be able to hear you, talk about your book, some of your websites and things and visions in your life on how you're helping people out tonight. Can you go ahead and, before we get into all the great stuff that you're doing, that we're doing, can you go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself for our listeners?
Well, I'm a former military. Obviously, that we have that in common. And I got out of the military and got into telecommunication, which is what I did in the military. And worked for a few companies and kept getting gobbled up and turned into a little bitty company called Verizon. So I worked in the telecom world and left there. Left there and ended up started my own company with a partner and in the telecom and did that for a few years and sold it off. So for all the last 20 years I've been an entrepreneur, started and helped grow other companies, from small companies all the way to big companies, and that's what I've done over the last 20 years. And then 10 years ago I hit upon a tough time and was in depression and suicidal, and one day I was ready to go out and end my life, and God just grabbed a hold of me and showed me there was a better way to live, and so over the last 10 years I've definitely turned my life around. Went back to have a lot of prosperity, have a lot of success by most people's standards, and then shared a lot of my story with some of my closest friends. They kept telling me to tell my story, and then I ended up realizing that working with a lot of entrepreneurs, that when the personal life is out of order, it affects their business. When their business life is out of order, it affects their personal life, and so I could definitely draw upon my own experience, and so I decided to write a book, and so my book basically tells a little bit about my story and how what I've overcome and the steps that really worked for me to get from a state of being in depression and suicidal to having a pretty balanced life and success by most people's standards, and having a great life. And so now my whole mission in life is helping people improve their life, their health, and their prosperity. And through my book and through my trainings and through my speaking, I can do that. And then I have a company, and we have a 90-day health challenge, so we help people get healthy. And I'm actually on that challenge. And then those who want to make money and be prosperous, in addition to what they may be doing, or they're trying to figure out what they're choosing to do, I can show people how to do that as well, and truly have an impact on people's lives in a positive way. So that's pretty much what I do now. I'm getting married in a couple of days, and pretty excited about that. So life's great.
You're getting married in a couple of days?
8 days.
8 days, wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Are you nervous?
Thank you very much. I have zero nervousness, and I know right up until the time I walk in the room, I'll be fine, and I'll probably have a little bit of butterflies. And the same thing when I speak. I spoke to a group of people this morning, and it's like when I play basketball regularly. I had the butterflies right before I stepped on the court. Once I stepped on the court, I was fine, and I'm sure that'll be the same 8 days from now.
Nice. Well said. I agree. It's an exciting time in your life, and talking about improving people and making people better. Having a partnership to go through life, to be able to experience and share everything with, it's amazing. And so the fact that whenever people talk about being nervous or whatever, it's normally just that general stage fright. But once you realize what it is, and the steps that you're going through, and how big and how magnificent it is in order to change in your life and your partner's life, to attack whatever's ahead of you together, it's an amazing feat, and it's going to be a great time for you. So like I said, that's why I say congratulations. I'm excited for you. So too bad I can't attend. I'm sorry, I didn't get the thing in the mail, but I wish I could attend. But I know it's going to be a great party too.
It's a small gathering, many of some close friends and family, and keeping it very simple. And one thing that I learned over the last 10 years is simplify my life, and the more I simplified, the more balance I became, and the more focused I became. And one of the things that I'll say too for the listeners is that for those who are out there looking for the right person for you, it really starts with the inside of yourself. And I had to realize that about myself, and I had to look at in the mirror, to better myself and become the man that I choose to be in order to attract the woman that I choose to have. And now I have that. So what you just said a moment ago, I agree with it, and it's definitely a blessing. And it's a blessing to have the right mindset. And in today's society, it's tough to have that.
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely blessed to have a great gal and a partner.
What you said, you want to become the man to attract the woman you want. Be the man you want to attract the woman you want. That's powerful words right there. I like that. Be the man to attract the woman you want. That's very nice. I like that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about yourself and your website. SimplyG.net. Give us an overview of that.
Well, SimplyG.net is really a portal of the entrepreneurial business that I'm in, and also people can go there and purchase my book. They can follow me on my blog. They can follow me on my Twitter and Facebook, and so it's really a portal of communicating with me directly. And when somebody's signed into my site and wants to communicate with me, it's actually me communicating. So I'm pretty connected to the web and dialed in. And when I travel, I'm definitely using my phone or my iPad. And so it's a great way to connect with me. It's a great way to find out what's going on in my life, where I'm speaking, where I'm traveling to, and different things I'm into, and a core business, which is like I said, the 90-day challenge. They can go there and find a little bit about that. And of course, they can find a little bit about me and some of the stories that are happening, both in the past and what's currently going on in my life. And so it's an easy site to go to, and it's also an accountability site. Put myself out there to honor the words and that I choose to live by. And my site is a good representation of the man that I choose to be and live on a daily basis.
Your vision statement that you have on your website, and I'm going to quote you on this. I live in my personal power, and I inspire millions of others to reclaim their personal power and to teach them how to transform their life, health, and prosperity. I choose to live a life of purpose, on purpose, and for purpose. Those are powerful words. Can you explain a little bit about that and what you mean by it?
Well, most definitely, and how that really came about is, and for those who get my book and read it, you'll learn in the book that I've always been very good at setting goals and achieving them, and I've always been very driven. However, I got caught up in the chase of having more, and the chase of having more stuff, the chase of having more cars, more money, and all the different stuff, that material possessions that most people would love to have. I was chasing that. Next thing I know, I became a slave to my stuff versus the other way around. And so, long story short, I ended up realized that I was living a life of chaos, and it was creating more unhappiness versus creating happiness. And so, like I said, I decided to simplify my life, focus on really what's important. And then on the day, June 19, 2001, when I was depressed and suicidal, from that day on, God definitely said, I had a purpose, and He'd show me how. And, at the time, I was a broken man. I was broken mentally, I was broken physically, I was broken, in every aspect of my life. And so at that moment, I didn't realize what was really happening in my life. However, it was the beginning of an awakening. And over time, things started to reveal itself to me, and I started to, make some major changes in my life. And I realized that for me to live a life of prosperity, I had to have a life of purpose, and I had to be able to utilize my passions, find my. I've always been good about knowing what I was passionate about. However, I wasn't always utilizing my skills of what I was really passionate about. So I ended up, started to make the choices necessary to focus on how I could have a life of purpose, for purpose, and on purpose, and have an impact on others. And so that's my main focus every day.
getting into your book, The Powerful Warrior, and everybody can find this on powerfulwarrior.com. Talk a little bit about that and what's so significant about it, because it's the excerpts that are coming from it, your the media that you've been pushing it out. It's good stuff. People should check out this book. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Most definitely, and like I said, I started to share my story, realized it had impact, realized a lot of people were dealing with some of the same things that I had been dealing with, and then started to share some of the things that had worked for me, and I started to see how people were gravitating to it positively and utilizing some of the things I was sharing in their own life, and so that's what prompted me to write the book. And then, the other component that I was seeking was to have more peace, and I was creating my own life of chaos by chasing stuff and chasing money and chasing all these different material things, and when it was all said and done, I was choosing to have more peace in my life. And when you look at the definition of warrior and trace it all the way back to its beginning, a warrior is a keeper of peace. And you being a former military man and serving overseas and doing some peacekeeping missions, really the warriors were keepers of peace, and so that was a word that definitely resonated with me. And had a vision, had an exercise, and then so several things just started to materialize, and I realized, for me to bring out my playful side, people like that more than the dross-hearted, the hard-nosed side of me, the rigid side of me, and I also started realizing the playful side actually brought out more fun with people, and they actually became more productive. And so over time I realized my playful side was actually a strength versus a weakness. And so I had a few things turn around upside down, and so I decided to make choices to utilize some of my true skills and assets, and being playful was one of them. And then by being playful and being vulnerable, it actually created more power and more positive gain for me and the people I was around. And so I realized when I'm honoring that, I'm honoring myself. And when I'm honoring myself, I'm honoring those around me. And so those are all really sort of key cornerstones of the book.
You've had some pretty profound people actually give quotes about the book. One of them is Dale Brown, who is the former LSU Basketball and Hall of Fame coach. I'm an Alabama guy, so I got to say Roll Tide on there, even though you're for LSU. But even he said that life can be so difficult at times that it's easy to become frustrated, disillusioned, and bewildered and depressed. And your transparency about your own self give you extreme words of credibility. Whenever people of Dale Brown's caliber gives you that type of praise for the work that you're doing, how does that make you feel?
Well, from a human standpoint, outside of my parents, receiving a great compliment from Dale Brown or Coach John Wooden, has had profound impact on me. And I've known Coach Dale Brown since I was age 11. And the ironic thing, a little story, is that he actually cut me from a little team that was called the Tiger Tights, and like a little mini Harlem Globetrotter. And I made it to the final cut. Thousands of kids from all across the state of Louisiana tried out. I made it to the final cut, got all psyched out, blew the basic steps that I had mastered. And so there was a great learning experience there. They actually cut me from there, and so we joke about it quite frequently, how I still love him and forgiving me that he cut me from the Tiger Tights. However, we came together different times in my adult life, and in 2007 we got reconnected, and I set a goal to reconnect with him, and he actually found on my site that I set a goal, and he Googles, and it just took him to my site. Next thing you know, we were reconnected, and we can recap from the time I left Baton Rouge to the present. And from that moment on, we've been two peas in a pod, and there's a lot of common ground with him, and then his mentor was Coach John Wooden, who he connected me to on two occasions, and so obviously, if anyone reads the book will see that John Wooden has had a major impact in a positive way on me as well. And coach just helped a couple goals come true for me, and one was meeting John Wood and spending an afternoon with them, and just the, here I was, in my late 40s, and I was like a kid in a candy store, and goo gaga over, an icon, and so to have those types of compliments and be able to have that kind of impact from those people, and they've had so much impact and possibly on millions of people, and to be able to even be mentioned in the same breath is really an honor, and so it's one of the blessings that I've been able to receive.
That's cool. I always think it's pretty. Now I coach 4-year-old football for the Cottage Hill Steelers here in Mobile, Alabama, and I love coaching those little guys, and I love getting them. Our motto is basically where championship attitudes are built, and it's that concept about not saying that we are champions, but it's giving that whole attitude of life, saying no matter what you do, whatever you try to do it and do it your very best. And even starting at such a young age for children, they have to realize that they always have to strive and work hard. Nothing's ever going to be given them for free. And we've got a pretty good record for football wins at our park. All throughout our kids, all age groups for our players. And it's always just that same concept. Every now and then we'll get, a really good, not somebody like Dale Brown or anything to come talk to us, but it's always interesting whenever you have players from our area that have gone on. One of them actually used to be at the quarterback at LSU, a very, very tall guy. Now I think he plays in the NFL, but when you have people come out of work that you're doing, such as Dale Brown and coaching you at the Tiny Tiger, was it Tiny Tigers or Tiny Mites? Tiger Tights. Okay, I think that's great, and him shaping people's lives like that, and I think that's the same thing that you're doing with your book, The Playful and Powerful Warrior Within You. Is I think you're going to start changing people's lives, and even if it's like you said now at a little bit, whether you're in your late 40s or even if you're in your 20s or your 50s or 60s, whatever else, I think it's a concept that people need to realize and say, look, I need to change myself. Kind of like what we were saying earlier, you change yourself to find the person you want to be with. I think that's huge for the stuff that you're working on.
Well, thank you, and I've definitely had good teachers, and that brings to, I was recently down in Baton Rouge, and Shaquille O'Neal just received a full-size life-size statue, and Coach had invited me down, and so I'm down there, and there's a great opportunity, and got to spend some time with a lot of great athletes and former athletes, and some of them were my childhood heroes when I was a little kid that were there, so it was a great experience. And Coach had to give a speech a couple days later, so he asked me and the lead of my fiance that driving down to New Orleans. I said, you just too cheap to have somebody drive you. You got to get a free chauffeur. So I agreed to go down there. Of course, anytime I could spend time with Coach, I would do it. And so I knew that we'd have a great time. And so we go down there, and we're talking about life, and Alita asked him the question, Coach, at your age, what prompts you to continue to work out and stay in good shape and stay focused and have the schedule that you have? He says, well, first of all, and he works out every single day. And he said, first of all, in order to accomplish great things, you have to be physically fit. In order to have a mental capacity that's going to have impact, you've got to be physically fit. And then in order to have a spiritual, get your maximum spiritually, you've got to be physically fit. He says, so I'm motivated, and I know that by staying physically fit, it keeps me going, and that has transcended and helping other people. And that's his whole focus. And he's used his platform to have a lot of impact on a lot of people since he retired. And so, anyway, he told me, he said, TJ, I'm going to show you exactly where you're staying when we get back to Baton Rouge. So, on the way back to Baton Rouge, he said, are you ready for this? I said, yes, sir. So I ended up, he shows me his workout. And so on the very first workout, I'm actually using the equipment and nothing's moving. I'm pushing as hard as I can. And then Coach goes, I look up at Coach, I say, Coach, there's something wrong with your machine. He says, JJ, it's you.
Oh, no.
I go, Coach, it's not me. And he goes, it's you. And so I regroup, got mentally prepared, and I moved the bar. I was doing a military press, and I moved the bar, the weight. I did 2.5 repetitions, and that's all I could do. So I say I did 3. So I'm rounding up, I did 3 repetitions. He said, TJ, we're not done. I said, Coach, you've made your point. I realize I'm out of shape. He said, you realize I'm 25 years your senior. Actually, 26 years your senior. I'm like, Coach, you've proven your point. He said, well, we're not done. So he showed me 7 more exercises, of which I could only do 8 was the maximum I could do on anyone. So then he asked me, he said, GJ, no, I do 20 repetitions. If you do 20 repetitions in each one, he goes, yes, and I do it twice. I was like, oh my goodness. So here he is. He turned 76 years old on Monday. So
Wow.
now he turned 76. And so I said, okay, that's your point. So I come back home. I'm going to work. I told him, I'm going to work out. Start working out as soon as I get back. So he calls me up a couple days later and says, look at your workout. I said, Coach, what do you think? He goes, I believe you did. He said, man, you were such a good sport. And you were so embarrassed in front of your gal. And she's taking all these photographs. She took a bunch of them. And they were just having a good time. Just making fun of me, interacting without making fun of me. Ends up, he goes, calls me up a couple days later, says, why are you working out? I said, well, I didn't work out today. He said, well, you said you were going to work out every day. I said, no. I said, I was going to work out regularly. He said, TJ, come on. I'm 26 years older than you. I can work out every day. So can you. He says, I'm going to challenge you to the Dale Brown Challenge, which I had done one other time, and I did 4 months, and I missed a day. And the challenge is you have to work out 1 hour a day and run 1 mile. He said, we're not going to run 1 mile this time. We're going to run 3. I said, Coach, 3 is a little too much. I said, I can do it. It's just the amount of time and fitting it in. I said, one's more realistic. He said, no, we're going to do 2. Are you up for the challenge? So I said, Coach, I'm up. So for the last 30 days, I've been on the Dale Brown Challenge. And that's really how we begin the 90-day challenge. And all because Dale Brown challenged my partner Ryan. And then I got involved. More people were asking us about working out. So we became a company by just implementing a challenge. And then Coach showed me that regardless of age, you have the ability to make a choice to do your best at any age. And it's never too late. And so anyway, he's motivated me, taught me a lot of lessons. And so now I'm working out every day. So we'll have to check back later. And if I miss a day or he misses a day, we have to call the other person and say, I'm a man, or I'm a boy calling a man, and then have to explain what happened.
Wow. Oh, man. Now, that's pretty tough whenever you got to explain to somebody why you just wasn't able to make it. See, that I feel kind of guilty because I love to work out. And I believe in fitness. I believe in eating right. Now, I used to be an extremist on working out and lifting weights and stuff, bodybuilding stuff, but now I just believe in overall general fitness and still trying to stay in shape and tuned. But I still force myself to eat right. Every now and then I'll have sweets or whatever, but it's more on proportions. And even in the military, when I trained a lot in the military, you exercise a lot, and you have to. In the military, they force you to take PT tests. So they actually test your upper, mid, and lower body proportions, and to make sure you're not overweight, to make sure that you can do X amount of push-ups and sit-ups and stuff, to just basically make sure you're physically fit. And I always loved taking those tests because I always scored really high on the presidential list on it. And a lot of people couldn't, and I couldn't understand why. If you work out every day, then obviously you're going to do well on the test. Well, come out that some people would work out, but they wouldn't work out. Like, they'd show up and they'd go through the motions, but they weren't really going through the motions. And whenever it come time to take the test, you could tell who basically just went through the motions but didn't put in effort and tenacity in order to actually do a full sit-up the way a sit-up's supposed to be done, or do a push-up, or really run between a 1 mile or 3 mile or a 5 miler. And so it's a huge difference. And even today, that's what I was saying, I haven't worked out. I'm going to be honest with you, since, this is all about the 90-day challenge now. I'll be honest with you. I have not worked out in probably about 3 weeks or 2 weeks because, and my excuse is as a football coach, we have this father, son, dad's coach game that goes on. And the coaches play against the dads. Well, anyway, so I'm trying to be, all that in a bag of chips on the playground, playing flag football, and I wound up injuring my shoulder, and so it's hard for me to do anything with my left arm and my left shoulder, and I need to go get the doctor to look at it. Well, anyway, but it doesn't stop me from running, and so I'm using my shoulder as a crutch, and yes, I'm admitting this, I'm using my shoulder as a crutch to even keep me from working out my lower body, and I think that's horrible. So since you said, you got to admit to why you didn't do it, I'm following you there. I'm admitting to why I didn't do it, and now it makes me feel really bad. So I'm gonna have to get up and at least go running in the morning, or doing something.
Well, here's the good news. First of all, you're being open, you're being vulnerable, so that's actually being powerful, and you're being authentic. And when it's all said and done, what matters is, are you coming from your best? And whether you're competing with anyone else or doing better than anyone else, really what it comes down to, are you doing your best, which goes back to sort of what you touched on earlier. And of course, Coach Wooden always taught, as long as you focus on being the best that you're capable of becoming, that's all that matters. And and then the other component is, hey, today's a new day, so you get to restart. So you have that choice to restart. Those are some things I talk about in the book. The coach will definitely talk about, excuses and how they can definitely be utilized in different areas of your life, sort of candidly. And you use a good example where your shoulder is hurt, so obviously, you're unable to lift with that arm or arms, and however, your legs are fine.
Yeah.
And so what's holding you back? And it's easy to say, well, I'm hurt here, so I can't do this. And Coach made a point to me. He says, I don't care how busy you are, I do this, and I guarantee you follow me around for a day. He told me this yesterday. He said, you follow me around for a day, I guarantee you'll go, well, if he can do it, anybody can. And, so it really comes down to a mindset. Everyone who's listening has the ability to choose, whatever mindset they choose to have. That's a great benefit of having choice. We all have that choice. It's just, are you going to use it, or are you going to let it slip away? And life's too short. And that goes back to living our life on purpose. And I choose to see more people live a life of purpose. The world would be a lot better place to live in.
Yeah, I agree. And just overall fitness itself, there's so many good things about it. Whether you're a pro trainer or a pro athlete, or just a general fitness enthusiast, or whether you just like to walk in the park in the mornings, there's so much more for it for you to be able to start your day or end your day, or even during the middle of the day at lunchtime. Just get out and just do general walks and stuff like that. But I tell you, I want to break down this 90-day challenge. It's about health and fitness for people, and everybody can check this out on gmoney.bodybyviv.com. That's gmoney.bodybyv.com. Okay, so let's break it down to what is it, what do you take, does it work, and there's a question, what can I win? So that's interesting. Okay, so let's start off with the first part. What is it?
Well, the 90-day challenge is simply deciding on what goal that you would like to achieve for yourself. And your goal may be the same as mine. It may be different. And then it's using some of the products that we have and use them on a daily basis to achieve the goal that you're choosing to have. And I'll give you an example. So let's say, a lot of people's goals, they'd like to lose some pounds or lose some inches. So I would say, let's say somebody wants to lose 20 pounds, and we'd say, okay, here's a kit that would be best utilized for you. And then they would say, over 90 days, they focus on losing 20 pounds. At the end of that 90 days, let's say they lost to 20 pounds, they might switch to a different kit. They may have a different goal. Like one of my business partners, his goal was to put on 20 pounds of muscle. And he didn't lose any weight. I mean, if he lost any weight, we wouldn't have been able to see him. And his goal was to put, weight on and have it be muscle. And over 90 days, it was his focus. My personal 90-day goal right now, and every 90 days I have a new goal. And what we have found is that people are able to focus for 90-day increments. The other component is that we have a community of like-minded people who can cheer you on and are on a 90-day challenge as well. So even though my goal might be different than yours, I can help cheer you on. And what we have found by cheering other people on, they tend to move forward. They tend to have a better attitude about choosing the action that's best for them over 90 days. So my 90 days, which is I'm on day 30, is to be able to do the same workout that Coach Dale Brown does every day and be either to meet it or exceed it. And that's my 90-day goal.
Sweet.
Also, going back to the military, I was really good at doing push-ups. And every 90 days we have a company event. And after the lunch break on a Saturday afternoon, as everybody come back, they have a little push-up contest. And anybody can enter. And it's not a formal thing. It's just come on up in front of the room or the stage, and they'll do the push-ups. And then by process of elimination, people, wean themselves out of the competition. And a lady has won a great deal of these contests. So I'm like, man, I'm motivated because I used to be really good. So my 90-day goal is to do Dale Brown's exercise to win the push-up contest, both in 2-arm and 1-arm, and then I want to rip off my shirt and show the six-pack abs. And he said, well, that's great. You probably already had them. I'm 50 years old, and 3 years ago, I was 26 pounds overweight and hadn't worked out in a few years. And the products that we have, the 90-day challenge, got me motivated, got me thinking about really getting healthy and being healthy and transforming. So from a health standpoint, I started transforming my body, and then I started to say, I'm ready to get in the gym again. And so I got in the gym, and so here I am. So at age 50, my goal is to be in the best shape of my entire life. And that includes when I played sports and been in the military.
That's cool. Now, okay, so keeping a log is important, from what I heard, because, well, I don't know if it. You tell me, is keeping a log really important for that to make sure that you meet your challenges versus just a weight change or a push-up method or a push-up count or something? And the reason why I say that because I used to keep logs all the time. When in bodybuilding and stuff like that, it was like, okay, by the end of 2 weeks, I want to be able to increase my weight on my bench press by 5 pounds. And so I would constantly keep a log on it. And then it got to where I realized that I don't necessarily need to keep a daily or even a weekly log. It's just I just needed to say, okay, within 2 weeks by next Friday or the Friday after, I'm going to be bench pressing 5 more pounds. So for either keeping the log, but the other thing of it is also like the fact that you say allow goal changes. If I heard that right, based off of where you're at. So if I didn't get a chance to, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. But if I didn't get a chance to reach the 5 pounds, then I'd say, well, okay, I didn't reach 5 pounds, but I reached 4 pounds, and I was still rather content with it, even if I didn't make it as long. And you said this earlier, as long as you do your very best of what you could do. And so I said, okay, I did my very best. I hit every workout. I still did. I got up to 4 pounds, so I'm good with it. So maybe my original goal was a little too high. And then the other thing I like is you said is about cheering others on. To have a buddy system, whether you call them to miss a workout or not, or just having a buddy system to cheer you on and motivate you, I think that's very important. A lot of people forget the power of people pushing you and just getting motivated by others being there beside you, whether you do good or whether you do bad. So the log and the goal changes, is that right? Am I right about that?
Well, as far as logging up, we have everything on the internet, where you can actually put in your initial goals and measurements, whatever it is that you're wanting to do within 90 days, and then you can feel about it, you can log it if you choose. It's not mandatory, The key is that you're focusing on what's best for you, and then there's a community, and between Facebook and then between our own internal community, which is sort of like the internet of Facebook, and so they go hand in hand. The community can cheer you on, or if you and I are working together on it, like you can be in Alabama and I can be anywhere else in the world, we still have conversations and cheer each other on, or via email, or text messaging, whatever. So the community of helping each other, and then reevaluating the goal. Let's say you set up for 5 and you hit 4. You're still 4 better than you were when you started, and then you choose again. Or let's say you set up for 5 and you got 10. Then what's the next goal? My fiance, she's down to the lowest weight that she's been in the last 5 years. She said that I feel ideal for me, and I said, okay, great. Good job.
Now, when you say what do you take, is that supplement-wise, or some type of food nutrition, or is it something else? What does it mean by what do you take?
To choose what's best for you, and it's fun. It works. Use the products. And working out is not a mandatory thing. And 3 years ago when I started the 90-day challenge for working out was one of the last things I wanted to use. And now neighbors make sure I am the core for working every day. Working out every day, at least an hour, and running 2 miles. And so it's just good. It's amazing how, and we've got transformation, how that supplement one spot. In today's society, now a lot of people are saying their mental side supplementation outside before that, or increase my budget.
Well, I even like the number on here, 90-day challenge. And one thing I always try to tell people is set short-term goals. It's much easier to stay focused and to reach a short-term goal than it is a long-term goal. And so, basically, if you do 90-day challenges, you're setting at least 4 different goals throughout the year for you to be able to reach. And I was like that, again, going back to the military, they give you these physical fitness tests, and sometimes you'd have to take them 2 or 3 times a year. And this time it's only once a year, but I would make my own personal goals and say, okay, every 3 months, that's why I say I like the 90 day, because every several months I would set a new goal for myself.
And then the pro just helps puts back, give you energy, and put some of the nutrients and stuff back in your body. So those are 2 new products. Now we have some cookies that taste great, and they fill you up and they help you lose weight. And so they're like the health bars that are really healthy for you. I like a lot of products that they say like health bars are really not healthy. And so those are some of the core products that we have.
I like the fact that you have something to help people with this challenge. And the reason why I say that is people don't realize the importance of food. And I'm not talking about Snickers or candy. Well, Snickers actually, depending on the timing, isn't that bad. But people don't realize the importance of proper eating and nutrition, especially when you start working out. A lot of people get the misconceptions whenever you're working out. You can say, oh, I just ran for 3 miles. I get to go have 3 donuts. No, that's not what that means. Or they've been working out for a week and they can't understand why they're so depleted and energy tired, and they can't hardly move and everything else. When what it really boils down to is they're not refueling their body. They're putting a high demand, a high stress on their body, and not giving it the fuel that it needs to be able to continue with that high stress and that high demand. And so by having some of these supplements and the extra foods that are in the proper nutrition levels and everything else, that even food timing is critically important to recovery process for you to be able to continue on at that stressful rate. So I think that's cool. You got some products to help people out with it.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, and proper nutrition is key. And most people aren't even receiving the proper nutrition even when they're attempting to have that. And so these products that we have help provide what a person needs on a daily allowance. And those that are aggressive and working out, then we have these new products to help be fitter.
Now the other thing is what can I win? You guys have got a really good motivation factor here for winning something. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, obviously people like to win stuff, and when somebody accomplishes something, they want to know they got a shot at winning something. And so really we're asking people just to be the best of who they are and apply their best. However, we do reward people for doing well. And last year we we gave away $100,000 in prizes, in trips, in makeovers, in products, in gift cards. And this year, we upped the ante to $10 million.
Holy,
so this year,
wow.
$10 million.
I almost had a heart attack there.
Right. You heard me right, I said it right. $10 million. $10 million in prizes. And it's the same type of thing is that we're rewarding more people. And we created more categories. So I'll give an example. We've got couples that they join the challenge together. And then they join the challenge, they document their story, and everyone has a shot of winning. And here's how one is, by simply joining the challenge, you have a shot. Then obviously, stories, the transformations, the personal impact it had on their own life, the personal impact it had on other people's lives, and then our community votes on it. So every 90 days, we have new winners, and we have categories for couples, for families, for teams, like team of three, you and two other friends, individual male, individual female. So we've got all these different categories, and then every 90 days we have a new winner in each of the categories. We fly them out to Beverly Hills, makeover, whatever's going on in LA at that time. If the Lakers are in town, they may go there. If there's a big concert that everybody wants to see, they'll take them to that, and then they do the complete makeover, shoot the video, do a complete branding package, which means now you become the face of some of the products or the messaging that the company's doing, which, for those that are promoters, that's worth a lot of money right there.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of different things that we're doing, and people get more excited about some of that than they do actually hitting their goals. So so we got it all, and we figured it out, and the good news is, as a company, we're impacting, tens of thousands of people's lives on a monthly basis.
Okay, you also have a thing about get yours free if you refer 3 customers.
Right, so everybody likes to get something for free, and in today's economy, and I've done a lot of radio shows about the economy, as an entrepreneur, coming from an entrepreneurial perspective, and a lot of people out there struggling, and so that's one of the great things about our products is that we show you how to save money by being on the challenge. And then the other component is that you help 3 people join the challenge with you, and they purchase an equal or greater kit. The following month you'll get your kit for free. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and the tax. And so who likes free? Everybody.
Yeah. Well, getting 3 people on to help change their lives, and then also getting a little reward for that as well by the company. That's huge. That's a good thing. So you're improving 3 people's lives, and you're also getting something to help yourself with it in order for you to continue on that 91st day. So I think that's pretty cool. Some future projects that you have going on now that you have the book that just come out with the Playful and Powerful Warrior Within You, the powerwarrior.com website, your own website, which is simplyg.net. What are some other things you have going on? Because you seem to be a pretty busy man.
I'm definitely very busy. Here's the thing. Even though it may sound like you got a lot of different things going, they all go hand in hand. And so, it's all about transforming people's lives, their health, their prosperity, or all of the above. And so everything I do is focused upon that mission and that goal, and continuing with purpose, for purpose, and on purpose. And that's what I choose to do on a daily basis. Now, some of the projects I've got going on is just having more impact with more people. I have dabbled with another book, The Playful and Powerful Warrior Entrepreneur, capitalizing what's required to be a successful entrepreneur, and find what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me over the last 20 years of being an entrepreneur, and truly having impact and helping people become a successful entrepreneur. And then also those who are entrepreneurs that I work with is elevating their own leadership skills, like in the military. You get to a certain rank, then you go to the leadership school. Then you get to a certain range, you go to a senior leadership school. So doing some of those things for a lot of the people that I work with to help them be maximize and operate at their highest potential. And those are the things that I'm working with, and just want to have more impact with more people worldwide.
Nice. And if people want to reach you, they can contact you on your website, simplyg.net, Facebook, and Twitter. Is that correct?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm heavily involved with communicating through Twitter, Facebook, and obviously my website. The easiest way is just go to simplyg.net. You can find my Facebook, my Twitter, and you can also subscribe to my blog. A buddy of mine made a comment, said, "Gee, you post good stuff." So, sign up on my website, and every time I post something, you can, be notified of it.
Nice. And everybody needs to check out the book. Again, The Playful and Powerful Warrior Within You. You can find that on powerfulwarrior.com. There's a tag on there, and it'll take you to a place where you can actually order the book. Also, make sure that you check out gmoney.bodybyviv.com in order to do the 90-day challenge. That's some good stuff, G. It's exciting. I'm excited for you. Plus, you're getting married in 8 days. So you got an 8-day challenge. You got a whole life challenge after that.
Exactly. One thing I teach all entrepreneurs: stay the course. So, next 8 days, you got to stay the course.
Yep. I like that. Be a product of the product. That too. I like that. Okay, well, I really appreciate you being on our show tonight. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you on here, and look forward to hopefully having you on again. You never know. 90-day challenge. We'll see you on here again to see what some of the other people have, and if maybe we can get some of the people who won some of your the challenges or whatever else to have them on here as well to talk about it. It'd be great to hear the excitement from people for having their lives changed and for becoming better people. Be a product of the product. I think that's great. So
yeah, I would love to do that, and it's been an honor. Also, I want to thank you for being your service, for being in the military, and I really enjoyed myself. And Neil Haley said I would enjoy the interview, and he's absolutely correct. So thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, you have a beautiful night, G.
All right, thanks a lot, Brian.
All right, bye. Our musical guest tonight is Joey Glenn with her song, I Really Miss Seeing You.
I still sleep with the light on in the hall. I still use my rear view mirror, and I put my makeup on. I still stare out the window when it rains. I'm always running late. I could say that nothing's changed, but I really miss seeing you. I really miss hearing the sound of your voice. Really miss knowing what you're thinking. If you want to know, nothing I can't get through, but I really miss seeing you.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
At Taylor Gifts, we do customized monogramming and embroidery. We can monogram anything from a simple one name on a bib for a baby to a customized logo on a company shirt. We can make gifts for your wedding entourage and gifts for your friends. Label your children's items for school and put names on jerseys for sports. If you have items of your own you want them monogrammed and embroidered, we can do that. Tailor Gifts are sewn with high-quality thread on a professional embroidery machine. So go to the website www.tailorgifts.net, call 251-391-4354, email sales@tailorgifts.net, visit us at ETSY, and Facebook us. We are ready for your orders.
Welcome to WROM, Realms of Music Radio and Social Network. We support independent artists and talk shows, hosting a large discussion forum and an artist gallery. We also have a large social network combining the best of Facebook and MySpace into one. So make sure you submit your music to us and create a profile to promote yourself today. That's realmsofmusic.com, the best of music radio.
The Ghost Tales Television Network, GTN. GTN is designed to give the paranormal TV and filmmaking community the opportunity to showcase their talents and creations. If you believe you have what it takes to create your very own TV show and or short film and you would like the opportunity to showcase your creations, you may contact us at ghosttellstv@gmail.com or call 901-377-7166 for more details. Make sure you visit ghosttellstv.com. GTN, America's Paranormal Superstation.
Thank you for listening to the show. I am your host, Bryan Lee Whatley. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you when another story begins. Until then, love and light.